My name's Sarah and this is my YouTube channel, Crafty Sarah Sews. You can also find me on Instagram, sharing lots of pictures of my cat, my food and my makes. I'm co-owner of Crafty Sew & Sew, sewing shop and workshops in Leicester. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook too. Okay, so I'll start off with a little catch-up of what I've been making. As per usual, I haven't completed quite a few of the makes that I said that I would make before, but the reason for that really is because I needed to make some things. The problem with making your own wardrobe and committing to making your own wardrobe and not buying anything is that it's pretty hard to actually go shopping for things that you really need. You get into a bit of a mindset of I can't buy anything, and therefore when you do actually need to go out and buy something you can't, so you end up thinking, well, I'll buy the fabric and then I'll make it, and then you find you haven't got enough time. So it's a really lovely thing to be able to make your own clothes, but I think I need to get myself back in training to actually be able to do a little bit of shopping as well, because I need a couple more pairs of jeans. Mine have completely gone through, and I just think I haven't got the time at the moment, unfortunately, to make those kind of large items. And for that reason, I also haven't made any more progress really on my Nicola dress, which was the Sewaholic Nicola button through shirt dress, which I really do want to make, and I've got the pattern pieces all cut, all pinned onto the fabric ready to cut, but it's just gonna have to wait for a little bit longer, unfortunately. Maybe even until next year possibly, because I'm not sure whether that style would go with tights, but I'm going to have a good go through my outstanding projects and just kind of, you know, catch up with where I'm at with things. But a few things that I have made, which I showed the fabric for in my last video, are my Morris blazer. I made that in an ochre French terry, and it is lovely. It's like a cardigan, but it's smart enough for kind of days when I want to look a bit smarter in the shop, but still be nice and cozy and warm. So I think I'll be getting loads more wear out of that through from kind of now until autumn, and, you know, layering it up as well. So yeah, really happy with that. It's on my blog at the moment, so if you want to find out a little bit more about that, you can go over to there. Another thing that I have made some progress with is my quilts. So I haven't got onto the stitching yet and the actual layering, but I have block printed my backing fabric, which I love. I'm really happy with that again. And I did a lovely bright blue print on a bright pink base, and I think it just looks really vibrant and, you know, just the right amount of kind of ethnic modern kind of look to it that I was looking for in a fabric, but obviously couldn't find, so I had to make my own. So the next stage is to I've attached the backing fabric to the wadding with some spray glue, and the next thing to do is to give my quilt top a really good press, because I haven't actually pressed any of my seams open yet, so that's going to take some time. And then sandwich the two pieces together with the right sides together, flip it out. I'm not going to do bias binding around the edge like a traditional quilt. I'm just going to do like a kind of bagged out approach, and then I'm going to start on my hand quilting, which is going to be a running stitch throughout, similar to the traditional Canva embroidery, but just really simple. And maybe I'll have that done for next summer, hopefully. We just got some new tables and chairs in the garden, and we've also done up the garden this year with Matt's parents' help, so it's looking really nice. So I think that's really spurred me on to make some accessories. So in time for next summer, I'd like to make some table mats and some coasters that match, and probably a foam pad for my palette bench that I made as well. So lots of nice makes kind of coming there, but I do find that, you know, when I start doing the home makes, the dressmaking kind of slips a little bit. So again, I'm gonna have to start getting myself back into doing a little bit of shopping, so I'm not walking around in rags some of the time. And the other things that I've been making, I made a couple of items for my holiday. They were a bird print travel dress out of a fantastic fabric, which I think I showed in my March plans video. And the great thing about this fabric is it's lightweight, it's really stretchy, but it still has a bit of stability to it, and it doesn't crease at all. So it's absolutely perfect for packing in my bag, because we did travel with hand luggage. So I just scrunched it up into a ball, and it was absolutely perfect for that. Yep, that got its first outing on our trip to Dinard in France, and that was in July, I think. Yeah, beginning of July when we went. I also made a pair of Sew Over It ultimate trousers with quite a few amends, I have to say. I've really hacked this pattern to bits and kind of, you know, re-engineered it, really, taking like a big wedge out of the back of the bum, because I found that a little bit too loose, and adding in also to the calf. I added some fabric into there. I mean, I don't know whether I've got really weird shaped legs. Let me know if you've had any similar kind of experiences with the Sew Over It ultimate trousers pattern, or any other trousers pattern, but I always find that they're too tight on my calves and too loose on my bum. I have to go for a certain size because my hips are quite wide, but I think I've got a fairly flat bum, maybe, I don't know. The weird thing about dressmaking is you end up just totally evaluating your body, and it's interesting, but sometimes you're a bit like, you know, you list off all these things. I've got you know, big hips, a flat bum, giant calves, and it kind of sounds a bit negative, but it's not negative. It's an evaluation of how you can make garments that actually fit your body, rather than just accepting that the high street is just producing these garments which are one size fits all, which we all know isn't the case. You know, one size does not fit all, and it's really good to know your body shape so that you can then engineer the patterns to actually suit you. It puts you back in control. So yeah, I've been doing that, and that's up on my blog as well. And I've been looking at trousers quite a bit as well. I made a pair of shorts out of the bicycle fabric that I made my Bettine in before, and that was really interesting. They were so quick to make, and the fit was totally perfect, spot on, absolutely wonderful. So any future trousers that I make, I'm going to be basically kind of, you know, basing on the measurements from that pattern. I'm working on developing a trouser block at the moment for our pattern project, so that's kind of the next thing. Yeah, so trousers are kind of, they've always been my nemesis, but I think I'm getting there. I think I'm feeling a lot more confident, and it's just through making lots of them. You know, I've made loads of dresses, therefore I know exactly how to fit my top half. I haven't made many trousers, therefore I'm lacking in confidence because of lacking in experience with that. So yeah, that's the only way to build on that, is to do more. So another thing I've been working on for my bottom half is a pair of leggings, and I'm going to be making a matching sports bra to go with it as well. I've had a little bit of a health kick recently, never lasts for very long, kind of spurred on by my fiance Matt, but signing himself up for a 100-mile race. Yes, 100 miles. I don't understand it, but he loves it, so whatever makes him happy makes me happy. And I, on the back of that, agreed for some reason to sign up for the Leicester 10K. So I'm going to be doing that in September, and I've been training a little bit. I've been building my fitness. I'm going to Shabam classes. I'm really enjoying them. It's just a good chance to kind of wiggle your ass around for an hour, and apparently it makes you more fit and healthy, so happy with that. And I've been doing like a little bit on the treadmill in the gym, going out for a few runs. I even did a park run, which is like a 5k race on Victoria Park near us, and yeah, it was fine. I ended up the end of the race just saying, I never want to do this again, it's awful, I hated it. But actually next day I was like, nah, this is okay. Kind of made me feel quite good about myself, and like I could actually achieve something that I didn't think I could do. So yeah, 10k. It's only double 5k, and 5k was horrendous. So yeah, it's gonna be fine. I think as long as I can run half of it, I'll be fine. So yeah, to spur myself on to actually do a bit of training for that and enjoy it, I've made myself some cosmic leggings. I'll pop a picture of those up. So I'm also working on a sports bra to go with that, because I find you can never find really exciting, interesting sportswear without it costing a fortune. And I don't want it covered in brands. I'm not a brand person. I am my own brand. I don't want to be branded somebody else. So I am making my own sportswear, and making it out of this fantastic fabric, which is from Leicester Market, from Stewart's Fabrics. And he actually told me that he had chosen this sports spandex base, and then he's chosen a few prints to actually have printed on this, so he's going to be getting a lot more. So that's fantastic. Once I've got my leggings pattern and the sports bra pattern all sorted, well, then I can just go on and churn them out really as much as I need. Yeah, because one of the things that was actually stopping me from training was that I didn't have enough sportswear. You know, you wear it once, you have to wash it, and I've been out of the house quite a lot. I've been having kind of one-day weekends, so trying to cram everything into that one day on a Monday has been quite difficult. So things like washing, it's just been piling up, and then doing more sports and, you know, using more clothes and things like that. I'm finding that, you know, I'm putting a lot of demands on my clothes, and the sportswear that I did have is, you know, it's falling apart, because that's what happens when you wash and wear things, especially if you're running around in them. So I needed to make my own. Yeah, and I just think, you know, something in a fun print like this, that's going to make me want to actually get up and go out and do something and move my ass. So the sports bra that I'm making is this Simplicity pattern, 8339, and I'm going to be making this one just here, not the one with the two straps, although I think that would look really nice in like a plainer fabric, and I probably will make that next. But this one, I'm going to put the cosmic fabric in the main panel and on the straps, and I'm going to bind the straps and the top with black fabric, and then these like lime panels on the pattern, they're going to be in just plain black. So yeah, that's kind of one of my main makes this month. The leggings is a pattern that I developed a long time ago. I've just been developing it, and I'm finally at the stage where I love it. It's high-waisted enough, it doesn't ride down at the back, the legs are tight in the right places, and the ankles aren't flappy at all or anything like that. So I'm really, really happy with that. And the leggings pattern is most likely going to be one of the patterns that we bring out when we launch our patterns later on, beginning of next year we're looking at now. So on that note, I'm going to do a separate video about the pattern project, because it's really starting to take shape now, and I think it would be great to do a video just to tell you a little bit more about, you know, the process and where we're up to and what our plans are. But I will just mention on here that we're going to be doing a Kickstarter campaign, and obviously we'll be asking for your help and contributions, but we'll be giving some amazing things back in return. And you'll get a chance to have first copies of our patterns after they've gone through the whole testing process and everything like that. And we've also got some other really cool events and donation options for you, which include some really, really cool things. So keep your eyes open for that. I'll post a video probably towards the end of this month, just telling you a little bit more about that. We're also going to be doing a free download of our first pattern, and that should be coming out around end of October, beginning of November. So it's a really nice, easy make, and perfect to whip up as a Christmas present if you fancy making something for somebody else or for yourself. And yeah, really looking forward to getting that launched and really seeing things going. So we've got a name for the pattern project. It's My Handmade Wardrobe Patterns. So we'll be setting up the Instagram page, the Facebook, and various other social medias as well over the next couple of months. So just keep your eyes open for more updates on that, and I'll keep posting about them. So this weekend I'm off down to London to the new Craft House party in Broadway Market Mews. I've never been there before. Hope I managed to find it, but I've got a good day planned beforehand, because the party starts I think at about 6 p.m, so I'll get there about 4 and set up. It was cheap for me to get a train ticket down to London nice and early, so I've got a whole day to go and explore. So I'm planning on heading up to Wandsworth, no, not Wandsworth, Walthamstow. Let's make sure I go to the right place, to do a bit of fabric shopping beforehand, and then I'll head over to the V&A to the Balenciaga exhibition, which I really fancy seeing. I think I'll get some good inspiration on shapes and things like that from that. So yeah, should be a fun day out, and hopefully a nice successful one for Crafty So and So as well. If you would like to come along to the party, it starts at 6 o'clock, and there are still tickets available with our exclusive Crafty So and So discount. So if you go onto the New Craft House website, at the checkout you can type in Crafty So, all capital letters, so CRAFTYSEW, and you'll get 20% off your ticket. So I do hope you can come along, and I hope I'll see you there. So I think that's about it for today. I hope you've enjoyed my update. Sorry, it's always a bit rambly because there's just so much to fit in, and I do try and keep my vlogs as short as possible, but the problem is I just don't find time to do them regularly enough, so they're always absolutely jam-packed, but hopefully you've stayed with me till the end. Don't forget to take a look at my blog, Crafty Sarah Sews blog.wordpress.com, where you'll find lots of pictures of my makes and pictures of me wearing them on my adventures. It's been great catching up with all of you, and I hope that I will see you again soon.